We came to DLD Women because we consider computer programming to be a feminist issue. We co-founded a nonprofit 2 years ago called She++ that works to rebrand the image of a technologist and get more women interested in coding. And so we thought this would be a great forum to be at. There's just so many people here doing wonderful things that could be made even more wonderful by technology and programming. So that's what we're here to talk about.
We're also from the Silicon Valley, and so we see a lot of the excitement developing around technology and startups, and we're seeing this promulgate to the rest of the world. We're seeing this enter New York and different cities around the United States, but we're most excited by the global spread of it all. And so we're really happy to be here in Europe and help entertain and this type of kind of excitement, and also instill the value of why it's really important to have female programmers leading this movement here.
I think the number one reason we have fewer female programmers is because we don't teach girls at a young age to love engineering. We teach girls to love princesses and dolls and dress up, and we both love all of that, but we don't teach them to play with Legos. We don't teach them to build things or to use a computer. They see all these images of computer scientists being nerds, being antisocial, being like they don't take showers and they just sit by themselves, and girls think, I don't want to be that when I grow up. And then that, coupled with the fact that computer science is not taught in school, means that they don't really get exposed to it until they go to college, and even then you have to choose to get exposed to it. And so girls are behind from day one.
And secondly, it's really important that we're able to present role models to these girls. I don't think today the world has enough of them. We're able to point to, say, like 2 or 3 of them, really, Marissa Mayer, Sheryl Sandberg, and a couple of other names that are globally known. But there are not a lot of girls who can look up to people 5-10 years down the line from them in their own communities and access them to say, hey, I can be like that in a couple of years. That is what my life might look like, and that is how I can be creative in this field. And so that's another barrier. There are a couple of other social barriers in terms of just psychologically the way that girls perhaps feel a little less confident as they're pursuing new fields, and they feel a little bit like an imposter in a space that isn't predominantly kind of constructed with people that look like them, additionally, that are barriers. They can bring a lot of things to programming. I think one of the most exciting things that they can bring, and we're going to talk about this a little bit in our talk today, but one of the most exciting things that they can bring is really their interests and their feminine values. They can bring their high levels of compassion and their ability to cohere so much of the disparate ideas in the world. They're able to manage teams a lot better, and in a technical world, it's not simply just programming. There's a lot of collaboration, and there's a lot of management of teams when you're building a product. So women can not only bring their interests, but they can also bring their feminine values to the field.
Yeah. And additionally, it's kind of just a numbers game. Women are the greatest untapped bench of programmers out there. By 2020, the US will only be producing about 30% of the computer scientists that it needs. And given that computer science classrooms at this point are 80% male, that means that we have so many potential women studying technology who are not. So if we can tap into those women, we're really taking the best step we can to hit at that talent shortage overall. We hope that She++ will serve as an inspiration for any girl who might be interested in programming, to kind of give her that boost of confidence and think, you know, I can be a programmer. There are people like me doing this. It's an important skill for me to have. We hope we'll be able to rebrand the image of being a technologist so girls understand that it's important for them and that they could actually really like it.
I mean, we're putting ourselves out there. We're putting ourselves out there and saying, hey, we're different, but that's okay. And you can still be successful and you can still have impact.